In case you haven't noticed, a battle is raging. There's so many little fires around the world because the West is fighting on all fronts for supremacy that they have enjoyed for them last literally several hundred years. And several things are happening really because China has risen very, very quietly. Very, very quietly, they have risen to being an unstoppable force. India has risen to a force to be reckoned with. And Africa has been, in its own weird, strange way, rising in a way that has made the West very uncomfortable because they realize that their grip on power has been eroding for the last since basically the empire started to crumble. Now here's the thing, the world order supremacy is literally falling apart in front of our very eyes. And this is why it is so important for the West. They are fueling the war in the Middle East, because if they lose the Middle East, their spheres of influence are over. Now, here's the thing, and we've seen in West Africa, like America has been kicked out of West Africa, France has been kicked out of Africa, and the Russian influence in Africa is growing. But actually, the Russian influence in Africa has always been there, the Chinese influence has always been there, the Cuban influence has always been there, and especially when Africa was fighting Europe for freedom, because the Europeans colonized Africa after enslaving us for a very long time. And the people that came to the African rescue were actually the communist bloc. So we saw the USSR, we saw China were big players in helping fund the fight for freedom. We saw this, and actually Tanzania was a socialist country. And it was really interesting because the reason, one of the reasons why socialism died in Tanzania was because the World Bank and the West threatened Tanzania to end it. They threatened Tanzania to end it because they could not have a successful socialist model in Africa, because they wanted Africans to be the ones who are buying all the stuff. And also, socialism wouldn't really work very well for capitalist feeders, because what they want is Africans to provide cheap labor so that they can buy all the cash crops and everything from Africa. So the global war for supremacy is raging. And it's so fascinating to see how the power dynamics are playing out. So you have a rogue trader like Trump, who is not playing ball with the rest of the West. And this is threatening the very existence of the world order that we see today. But you know what? All great empires must fall. The Roman Empire fell. The Austro-Hungarian Empire fell. The Ottoman Empire fell. Because no one stays at the top forever. And no one stays at the bottom forever. Subscribe, follow me. I'm on Blue Sky, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram.